Hey guys, it's Jen, aka MotoGP Sillies, here to talk about the Austrian GP. I'm gonna try to go over it without crying, and it's gonna be really hard because it was a super emotional day, but stay tuned, we'll go over all the drama and just discuss how emotional it was, really. First up, we had Moto3, and honestly, it was just your traditional, so much racing, so much coming out of the saddle, just your normal insanity that comes with Moto3. It's a super fast track, so it's super scary, but in the end, I felt like the most amount of drama came after the race when they were trying to figure out who was going to get the third place podium. Of course, we saw Alberto Arenas come through in first, Juan Amasia come in second, and when they came across the line, Agura was in third. But then, after about 5 minutes, they were like, no, hold on, Celestino Vietti came in third. And meanwhile, they're reviewing all the tapes and seeing how Binder and Agura went wide. But the announcers could clearly see that Vietti also went wide, so there was a lot of confusion. Then about 5 or 10 minutes after that, Mick Fee was named with the third place podium. So I felt like the post-race was pretty crazy after that race with all the exceeding track limits, and maybe it just doesn't seem as exciting because of what came next. And up next, we had Moto2, Mo guy! Jorge Martin in air, got his first Moto2 win. So excited about that. I've been a fan of him since 2017. I just love him. So excited for his future and so happy he finally got his first Moto2 win. And it was a nice win too. And I hate, see, I'm already crying. No, I'm gonna keep it together. So the Moto2 race, about 4 or 5 laps in, we had a horrendous crash. Bastianini high-sided his bike coming out of turn 1, so they're all going at a super high speed coming off the straight, coming around that corner. And I was yelling at the TV. I knew something bad was going to happen in this race. No spoilers, but just a few people had mentioned to me, have you watched Moto2 yet? So in my mind, I'm sitting there, his bike crashes, I see all the bikes coming around, and I was like, oh my God, someone's probably gonna get seriously injured. So it felt like minutes, but I know it was only seconds watching all those bikes come around the corner, and then you see a collision, and holy crap, Hafiz Syrin hit the bike head on. His body went flying so far down the track, and I was just sitting there like, I mean, I was watching it 2 hours later, but still I didn't know what happened. So I'm sitting there trying not to cry. They keep showing the horrific reruns. I could do without seeing that rerun ever again. Horrifying. So thankful no one got seriously injured. Hafiz posted videos after. He's okay. He's super bruised. It was painful to watch him walk, but he's doing okay. So thank God for that. After the restart, Jorge Martin took the lead again. We had Luca Marini in second and Marcel Schroeder in third. It kind of just stayed like that. I really enjoyed the battle for fourth between Sam Lowes and Xavi Vierge. They were going at it. Sam Lowes seemed angry. He was riding angry, but he stayed on the bike, and Xavi did too. Xavi Vierge is one of my favorites as well, but he hasn't been making an impression this year, much like Augusto Fernandez. So maybe I have a bad luck. Maybe I'm a bad luck charm for Moto2 riders. No, I'm not, because Jorge won. So happy for him. And in the end, dramatic race, everyone was fine. And now we have the main event, MotoGP. We're at my favorite track, Austria. So you know I'm excited about the Ducatis. We had a little bit of Ducati drama on Saturday. I just have to bring it up because it's like the only time Petrucci made news all weekend. But Aleix Espargaro freaking cut him off in Q1. Aleix was sitting there on the track waiting for a tow, and he zoomed in between Rossi and Petrucci, cutting off Petrucci and basically ruining Petrucci's hot lap and chance of getting into Q2. So there was all this Twitter drama. I'm not really into Twitter, but a few people sent it to me. It just makes me laugh. Aleix is constantly putting his 2 cents in on any kind of drama. I think it's just to keep his name in the headlines because his race results do not get him in the headlines, so why not stir in some drama to keep your name out there? But anyway, that was Saturday. We're on to race day Sunday. Oh my God. I just love these races without Marquez. I hate to say that, but I do. In fact, I don't even hate to say that. I enjoy seeing these battles. It was crazy up at the front. We had Miller, we had Pol Espargaro, we had Joan Mir, and then Dovey was kind of hanging back a little bit, so he wasn't quite all up in that action. But then about 8 or 9 laps in, we had a horrific, mortifying, terrifying wreck happen. Morbidelli and Zarco collided. I'm not sure what happened. Apparently Zarco was on a strange line, but it pushed Morbidelli. It makes my heart race just to think about it. Morbidelli's bike went directly between Rossi and Vinales, terrifying. Zarco's bike, thank God it hit the air fence because it was straight up going full speed, but it hit the air fence and that launched it and it went basically over Maverick's head. Ugh. Said I wouldn't cry, but it's just so upsetting to watch. Whew. And it really reminds us how dangerous it is, and I really hate that part of racing. People are always like, oh, you like to watch because you like the wrecks, but I don't know what people are talking about. Motorcycle wrecks are so terrifying. Even though they have the highest tech helmets and suit, that's all they have to protect them. It's not going to protect them from a projectile motorcycle flying directly at their head. That could have been horrible. So thankful that someone was watching over Maverick and Rossi because could have been horrendous. After we got through with that, the race was red flagged. And one thing I'm gonna bring up because it really freaking pissed me off. Pol Espargaro's attitude when the race was red flagged. He went into his garage looking all pissy, like, oh my God, I was in the lead. I can't believe this race got red flagged. And first Matt Burt and Steve Day were like, oh, he doesn't understand the levity of what just happened. He'll calm down after he sees the replay. And then they're showing all the garages, everyone shook up. Then they go back to Pol. He still has a fucking bad attitude at the camera, like, nee. And Simon says it again, maybe he hasn't seen the replay. If he hadn't seen the replay by that point, I don't know. I think he just has a fucking bad attitude and I don't enjoy it or appreciate it. And I think that him going back out there and being crazy, he needed to keep it together because more people could have got injured with his insane, erratic driving. He was erratic in the last race, going out wide, coming back, and freaking Zarco got the penalty. And this time, I don't even know who's to blame, but I don't like how he was riding and being crazy again, going wide and then pulling back in. Obviously, Oliveira was also going wide, but the whole attitude around everything really pissed me off. And major points off for Pol. I was never a huge fan anyway. He was just kind of under the radar for me, but this weekend made me absolutely loathe him. But after the race restart, we had Miller, Dovey, and Rins was looking super strong. I was really excited. He has that smooth riding. I felt like, oh, he's over his injury. He's doing great. And he wrecks out a lap or two right after Pol and Oliveira wrecked out. So it was like, oh my God, all these top contenders wrecking out right after the restart. But honest to God, I don't know how people like Rossi and Maverick got back out there on their bikes after going through that insanity on the track. As Jack Miller said in the post-race press conference, they're all a little special. This is their job and they just have to block all that out. But I don't know how freaking Rossi and Maverick got back out there. I kept thinking that Miller was gonna bin it because he was on soft softs and I thought he was getting a little too eager. His bike didn't look super unsettled, but it also didn't look super stable. Really enjoyed seeing Mir put it to Miller in that, was it the last corner, second to last corner, to get second because, oh my God, Mir, you finally got your first podium and you were not gonna settle for third. You were gonna fight for that second. And of course, Dovey won again and did a double to Ducati. You know that drama too. He said, announced this weekend, in fact, he announced Saturday that he was leaving Ducati because he was over them arguing about money, and he's like, whatever bros, I don't need you, I can win on my own. So just a really dramatic weekend, really emotional. I don't know how I made it through. I cried so much. Fabio somehow salvaged, you know, earlier in the race he was in 6th or 7th and went off-roading a bit and got all the way down into last place. He salvaged an 8th place, I believe. Rossi got 5th place. And Taka Nakagami, he's freaking carrying the flag for Honda. It's been such a crazy season. I'm getting real sad about thinking about Marquez coming back. But anyway, just ending this weekend, grateful that someone was watching out for our boys. Thankful everyone's okay. I'm getting my box of tissues because I'm tearing up again. But anyway, hope you all have a good week. We've got another race in Austria in like 5 days. Oh my God! So looking forward to that. Hopefully it's a little lower key because I can't take any more of that drama. Anyway, guys, have a good week. See you in a few days.